Good morning, everyone. It's Holly from Besotted Orchids. I wanted to show you a few blooms today. This one you have seen several times. It is my no ID Dendrobium. Look at her. She's just so pretty. And this has been in bloom quite a while. You'll see when I show you my items that are in bloom that you're going to be looking at a lot of the same blooms for a very long time. A lot of the Dendrobiums do stay in bloom for a long time. This is an antelope type Dendrobium. If I can get the tag out. You've seen this one before. Oh, Cherry Dance. See if we can get it to... It's not going to focus, but trust me, it is Cherry Dance. Let me see. Yeah, that is an antelope type, and it's very, very pretty. My son actually chose this down at Groovy Plants Ranch last year. He liked the twisty, curly ones. And I also have, I have bought the Tangerinum. It's very small yet. Maybe this fall we'll see a bloom. And that is also a curly antelope type. Down here, I don't think I show this one very often. That is my psychopsis. Psychopsis Mendenhall. And look how large it is. It is this new growth, the largest one, that one developed here at my house. And this one I purchased from a lady in Akron. Oh my goodness, last summer sometime. So I am hoping that this year we will have a bloom. And there's my Watership Down. That is our current homeschool book where I always try to do classics with him. He has to always have a classic going. And this is a Pathia pedalum that I just got from Hauserman. And this one you also don't see very often. It's the Pachara Delight. Look at the nice root structure on that one. I know a lot of people say they have to be out in the air and they shouldn't be potted, but I don't have time to be watering an orchid 3 or 4 times a day. So it lives in a pot, and if the roots come out and they want to be free, perfectly fine by me. They can just have a slight misting now and then. And over here are just a few Cattleyas. This one here is beginning to get a few spikes on, a few buds forming. And nothing on these two yet. Over here, we're back to the blooms. This is a Kyra Forum. This is one of the parents of the Twinkle that we all love. Very diminutive in size. Very tiny orchid. So I'm pretty happy with that. But I would like to find the Soto Annum. That is the other parent. That's probably on my list now. And in that same vein of thought, here we have another tiny one. And this is going to be more of a red twinkle, of the twinkle variety. Look at that. See, it's just starting to open. See if we can get it to... There we go. Look at that. That's going to be very, very pretty. So now I have the Twinkle Marguerite. I have the Kyra Forum. I have this red one. And I have an orange one. Kind of a rusty orange. So I have, I lost track, 4? Am I thinking correctly? 4 of the small varieties. And my husband was looking at the yellow one last night. He goes, oh, that's a really tiny orchid. And so I held it up next to this one. And I said, well, they're both in the Oncidium family. I said, which one makes more sense if you're trying to save a little bit of room? So he is particularly a fan of these much larger, more blousy blooms, which I like too. I mean, if I had my preference, I'm going to go for this one. But it's also nice to have a variety. It's nice to have some of this. If you're going to be a collector, you need to have a few of everything. And I've decided I am a collector of orchids. So that's probably never going to stop, I told him. This is a Pathia pedalum that is beginning to open. If I can pick it up so you can see it a little bit better. Look at that. Starting to open up. That's going to be a lovely wine color. And I do have a name with it, but it's not the accurate tag. So we're not even going to go there. It said it's white with speckles. So we're not looking at a white speckled orchid here. We're going to disregard that tag. And this one was a Dendrobium Green Lantern red carpet. Look at the, I don't know if you can see it, look at the beautiful striping on the petals. You see the green going up with the white. Very, very pretty. And this one you've seen in bloom for a long time. I feel like I show you the same ones over and over because they stay in bloom for a long time. Some don't. Some orchids, like your Cattleyas, you're not going to enjoy them very long. You're going to enjoy them because they're there. But don't expect you're going to be seeing them the next holiday. They're done. They're going to last a week, maybe 3 if you're lucky. Some cat blue. You see a little pattern forming here. Another one of the twisty antelope type dendrobiums. You just see that twist? Very, very pretty. It is a nice dusty. Really, this is showing true. Sometimes when I film it, it doesn't show true. This is a true color. This is a dusty, beautiful purple. That goes so well with this neighbor. This is a Paphiopedilum. Look at that. Very, very pretty. You have it all with this. You have the shadings. You have the green, the pink, the more leaning toward red. You have speckles, and then you also have stripes. And of course, that large, large pouch. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I can zoom in. Get you in there much closer. Look at that. What a beautiful orchid that is. And all the little hairs. Oh, this orchid has it all but scent. And you can hear my dogs rampaging around the house. Girls, settle. This one is in spike. It has 2 spikes. And this is my Pacific Paradise. No, excuse me. My Pacific Sunrise. Sorry. Shortly to be blooming. And it will have a massive blooms. Of course, you've seen the Hieroglyphia. Lilibet is sneezing. And I just showed you this one. Very pretty. This is just an Oncidium type. I'm going to lean towards Gracia. It does not have a tag. It just said Oncidium. Sometimes growers just do a generic tag, which is great if you just want an orchid. But if you know, I kind of like to know the name. But it doesn't have to have a name to live here. I'm okay with it. Maybe one day I'll stumble upon the name. And this is probably the last time you're going to see this beauty. And hold it up. It's kind of drooping. There we go. The Renee Marquet Tyler. And the man in the back apparently has given up. His arms are in the air. My son is always messing with that. He's determined it has to live here amongst the plants. It looks a little better. He's the type of child, I can't really say child, he's become a teenager now, he's 13 now, that will, random items show up. I was walking our hillside going up along the property line, and I found a screwdriver poked into a tree. I found a very beautiful rock I had gotten at some gift shop we went to somewhere one time. I'm like, that's my rock. I have found a birdhouse church with a steeple perched up on the hill. He's always moving items. Always. And he does love to play snakes and spiders where you least expect them, little toys. So, soon enough, he'll be through all that, and there won't be any fun hiding things around the house, and that'll probably be something that we miss. He's really into his Fortnite lately, and, always on the PS4. If he's not hiking or doing schoolwork, he's on his PS4. But yes, this is going to be a lovely orchid. I cannot wait to see this one in bloom. And where did this one, I'm trying to think where this one came from. Oh, you know, I bought this one at Groovy Plants also. I've been on a little bit of a bender buying a couple this spring. Maybe spring fever. I'm waiting to get out and garden. So instead of planting peas and all of that yet, I am busy purchasing orchids. So with orchids, you can actually continue gardening in a form all winter long. And quit shaking. And we can't blame it on the coffee. I have become coffee free. I have had no caffeine for, oh my goodness, today makes 1 full week. 1 full week. Somebody who drank coffee 24/7 has stopped the coffee. Oh, come on. I would love that to just focus in naturally, but it needs something behind it to stop the Stop the focus from searching. There. That's going to be very, very lovely. So yes, here's a few of the orchids in bloom. This is kind of where I sit in the morning. There's my Zen tea. It's called the Zen. It's just peppermint and I want to say maybe lemongrass. But I'll tell you what I've been doing. If anybody wants to get off of coffee and still have a warm beverage that they enjoy, you have to enjoy it. I have been grinding up in my bullet an entire organic lemon, which I do grow here. I have a couple of trees upstairs. I blend, rind, and all, everything. And then I keep it with a little bit of water, just a tiny bit of water. I have it highly concentrated. I keep it in a brown bottle in the refrigerator. And then every day I put a little bit of the lemon, like a tablespoon of lemon, with some really hot water. And that's typically how I start my day. But this morning I wanted something upstairs. I was such a coffee addict. I actually have a coffee pot upstairs outside the bedroom. So I did, while I was getting ready this morning, I did make a pot of this peppermint tea. But yeah, I really recommend anybody trying to come off the caffeine, just maybe switching to the hot lemon, because you really do want that ritual still of having a hot beverage in your hand. And there's nothing wrong with the lemon. It's really, really good for you. So on the lemony note, I think I'm going to end with this beautiful, beautiful gem here who is getting some sunshine on it at the moment. You guys, I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please like, share, subscribe. It really does all help the channel. And above all, enjoy those orchids.